Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our week ahead weather-wise here across the ArkLaTex, including the possibility of a hurricane making its way into parts of the region this weekend. Let's give you a look at the weather pattern, and you can see that we still have the upper level ridge, which is responsible for the heat, and will keep us hot here for the next few days. Here's the disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to develop into what will likely become Tropical Storm Barry and possibly Hurricane Barry as we move through the rest of the work week and into the weekend. I'll have more on that in a second. Meantime, we have to get through a couple of days of very hot and humid conditions. Touch on, first of all, the heat. You can see that we're looking at highs tomorrow climbing back up into the mid-90s. Heat index values, again, likely will be up around 105. So far, heat advisory will expire this evening, but don't be surprised if it is extended, since we're not looking at too much of a decrease in what is going to happen here in terms of the heat and humidity for tomorrow. As far as the system in the Gulf, here's a look at, first of all, a look at our model and where what will become Barry could be headed. This is probably one of the furthest west scenarios that the models are depicting, having the storm moving into Houston and then over towards Austin. If this were to happen, we would not see as much rain, but probably would have to worry about a few tornadoes here as the system moves in later this weekend. Again, this is the farthest west of all the tracks that I've seen. As far as the latest on this system, again, this is right now being classified as potential Tropical Cyclone 2. Eventually is expected to become Hurricane Barry. Right now, maximum sustained winds at 30 miles per hour as it's moving towards the west-northwest at 8 miles per hour. There is a reconnaissance aircraft in this storm, and here's a look at some of the data. If you look real close, you can see as they fly through the storm, the peak wind gusts that I've seen there, anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. So again, far below tropical storm strength right now, and still looks relatively disorganized, but that is expected to change here moving forward. As far as the tropical models, again, I have it listed as Barry for what it could become. You can see most models actually send this storm to the west, or I should say to the east of the ArkLaTex, over towards the Mississippi River. The red line there, that is the official forecast track from the Hurricane Center that I'll get to here in a second. And you can see that the vast majority of the models do still send this system over towards Vicksburg. Now, if that were to happen, the effect on the ArkLaTex would be minimal. But, again, it still looks as if odds are that we will see the system move further to the west. This is the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center. And keep in mind, models have been all over the place from model run to model run. We will see this change moving forward. In fact, a new model just coming in does shift. The one that did have it in this same path has shifted a bit to the east, which would be good for us. But nonetheless, you can see the timing of this. It could become or still be a weakening hurricane as it enters the southern edge of the area Sunday morning, arrives close to Shreveport basically Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then moves into the Texarkana area as a depression by Monday morning. So obviously it's going to take a while in moving through the region, and that would obviously result in quite a bit in terms of rainfall. Now here's one model that shows a projected path much further to the east. Wanted to show you this is basically the rainfall potential. And obviously if the storm moves over towards Vicksburg, this is where the heaviest rain will fall. But if it moves in the path over the ArkLaTex here, we could be looking at those rainfall totals of 5 to 10 inches with a few isolated 10 to 15 inch totals possible here. So again, the point is, we hope that it moves east for our sake. But right now, the projected forecast track from the National Hurricane Center does have this storm moving right over the ArkLaTex, and we would see all that red shift westward over us moving forward here. It's something that we would have to prepare for looking ahead to the weekend and first part of next week. In the meantime, basically the scattered showers and thunderstorms, what we're looking at here with Futurecast. You can see the activity across the western half of the area this evening falling apart. We'll see a partly cloudy sky tomorrow. Still that possibility for the scattered mainly afternoon shower and thunderstorm, as you can see here. Going through Thursday night, we'll see any rain come to an end for the most part. And then Friday, looking at a partly to mostly cloudy sky with that chance for the scattered shower thunderstorm. And highs both days will stay in the 90s here across the ArkLaTex. And then Saturday, we'll probably start to see the main rain shield move into the southern sections of the area Saturday evening and Saturday night if that projected forecast path pans out. must emphasize we likely will see some change in where the projections go as we move closer to the weekend, but that's the latest right now. And based on that, here's your 7-day forecast. Again, Sunday not going to be a good day here for the ArkLaTex. If we do see Barry move through our area, that's going to be the worst day. You can see highs when it's raining in the 80s, lows in the 70s. We will see conditions improve by the middle part of next week. Here's the outlook for Texarkana. In Texarkana, the worst would be later Sunday, Sunday night, into and through Monday. Again, if that system does move through the heart of the ArkLaTex. So right now, basically, the Hurricane Center projecting probably the worst case scenario for us in the ArkLaTex. But keep in mind that still could change. So keep it posted here. Check back here on ArkLaTexHomepage.com as we'll keep you updated as more information becomes available.